I think we live in a world where climate changes all the time. It goes up, it goes down. That's just factors beyond our control. Man contributes something towards it, but I believe that there are huge factors such as sunspots, circulation of planets. There's a wide variety of things.
The ETS, you're against that?
Yeah, I am. To me, is just another tax.
So how high up is changing the smacking law for Colin Craig? What sort of priority is changing the smacking law for Colin Craig?
I think it's a very important point that we want to have a discussion on, because it's a priority for so many New Zealanders. So for me, that makes it a priority. It's simple as that.
Is that something you would probably negotiate on?
And I think John Key would be probably happy to do that. At the end of the day, he himself did say that if he saw good parents getting prosecuted, he'd change the law. We've had good parents prosecuted, so I think he'd be honouring his own commitment anyway if we did make a change to that. We're talking about going through all those claims that are before the tribunal and striking most of them out. There will be some that have historically got a precedent that have been raised, a generation ago. I think those need some consideration, and there may be some to tidy up.
So you're looking at maybe keeping a couple but getting rid of hundreds of treaty
essentially
settlements.
That's it. Of the 2,000 are there, I find it very hard to believe that more than a handful are really genuine.
How do you reckon that'll go down with the Maori Party?
Well, look, a lot of Maori are actually quite comfortable with this, and as more New Zealanders find out about us, I think they like what we're saying. I'm very relaxed about the whole religious thing. I'm not religious myself, although I call myself Christian. To me, New Zealanders, they're entitled to have their belief, their faith, whatever that may be, and I think we need to be relaxed about it, not get intense about it. But I don't think politics and religion mix myself.
Are you trying to hide it though from people because you're worried that if they see this is a Christian party, we don't want to go there. We want to go to a conservative party but not a Christian party.
We are very clearly a conservative party, and I think it's important to say that while other people might have agendas of whatever nature, from my perspective and what we've done in creating the party and the principle of the party, we've made it very clear it's a conservative party, which is mainstream, and therefore any New Zealanders can feel a part of that if they're conservative. If they want a conservative political party, we are it.
So you're not a Christian party in disguise?
No.
I mean, have you previously had a religion, or were you?
Yeah, well, I consider myself a Christian, and I'm philosophically, I'm definitely.
What church though? What was it?
Well, I was raised in a Baptist church. I was made to go to Sunday school as a kid, like many children. I might not have enjoyed it that much at the time, but definitely some of that rubbed off. I'm not a soft love, I'm more a tough love person. I'd rather help somebody catch a fish than give them one.
Yeah, I mean, do you pray?
Well, I consider prayer to be a sensible thing to do. I'm not a huge, I'm very relaxed about this. I know Parliament opens with a prayer, that's fine by me.
But do you pray, yourself each day?
I think everybody probably at some point in their life has prayed, and I'm certainly somebody who has. I don't have a set format in this, and I don't feel like I've got to. I know some people's religion, they pray a certain number of times a day or something like that, and I respect that. That's not me, but I certainly respect that.
Do you pray daily, for instance?
I couldn't guarantee that. I don't.
Just on the sort of current issue of the week, the roast busters.
Yeah.
What do you think has caused that behaviour?
It's probably not one single thing, but I do look at our society, and I do think that we've seen a breakdown in people taking responsibility. So, the parents of those involved, I wonder how well informed they were about their children's choices and how much they've put in the effort to direct them. I think there's parental responsibility in here as well. I'd love to know what the parents are doing about this.
Does that mean the parents of the girls as well, or just the parents of the boys?
Well, I'm the father of a girl, and I like to know where she is at all times, because I see that my role as a parent. But I'm thinking primarily the boys here, and so they've gone down a track of saying, well, we're going to now make parental control mandatory in terms of internet access. I think that we're going to end up there. Inevitably, we are. Because it's a very dangerous world on the internet, and there's too many things that people can learn that are going to harm others.
So that's something the Conservatives could push for, parental control of the internet?
Look, I think we have to look at it. I think a lot of parents need help in this respect, some of them don't know what's out there and what their kids are looking at.
What have you thought of the messaging from John Key in recent weeks? He started to talk you up much more than previously.
Well, look, he has, and John Key knows how to do MMP and he knows how to read polls, and I think he's done the numbers. I mean, we are one of the parties that is prepared to work with National. Now, that's become a very slim landscape in recent times. Look, I think he's a smart guy when it comes to politics, and he's looked at the numbers and said, well, gee, you know, these guys are an option, and that's why he is talking us up.
Yeah, I mean, he's seen the writing on the wall.
I think he's done the numbers, and he said, yeah, these guys have to be an option for me. But it's never going to be an Epsom-style deal, and I've said we won't do a cup of tea.
Yeah, he said he won't do cup of teas
I think
either.
maybe you heard what I was saying on that, yeah.
There's no cup of tea, but you'd never say no to a signal from the Prime Minister,
that's right. I mean, look, it's their business what signals they send, but it's politics, and he has to get there, and to get there he needs the numbers, and we're one of the few options left for him. And so it makes sense, doesn't it? Look, I think he's already sending some signals. You know, he and I have not talked at all, but I think he's sending signals. We are conservative, and that means when it comes to the money, we are wanting to balance the books and rein in the spending. $100 billion worth of debt is outrageous for a small country like us. It's got to be dealt to. And on social issues, we're conservative. We don't want to redefine marriage. On that issue, we're the party to represent those who have a traditional view.
What do you think they're on the left on? What sort of issues?
Well, like school lunches. I mean, we would take the view that parents should provide that, and yet John Key's prepared to throw money into something like that. Corporate welfare. Who knew there was such a thing when a multinational company needs $30 million of taxpayer money? Unheard of. And yet there he is, handing it over. So for me, those are obvious areas where we're going to be having a very different viewpoint.
Yeah, thanks, Colin.
Thanks very much, Paddy.
Yeah, cheers.